Hey, welcome to Toy Brief. I'm Aileen.
I'm George.
And today we are taking a look at the Watchmen figures, Series 1.
I personally have never read Watchmen.
True.
Once I found out that it was going to be a movie, I have purposely avoided reading Watchmen because I want to see the movie from the position of not knowing.
Just seeing it as a movie, not an adaptation.
I want to know it fresh because chances are, if I was a fan of the book, it'll probably be destroyed when I see the movie. So I would rather go in seeing it as just a film franchise and seeing what it's like, and then I'll probably read the book.
You'll
afterwards.
read the movie?
I'll read the movie after. I'll read the book afterwards. So we have 4 figures. I believe this is series 1,
This is Wave
right?
1 from DC Direct. This set includes Rorschach, Ozymandias, Silk Spectre, and Nite Owl. Obviously 6-inch action figures.
Well, first of all, packaging-wise, it screams with the the black and yellow, which is the I've seen the Watchmen book and the logo, and that's everything is what it's all about.
Like on my shelf.
On your shelf, right up there, right. So I mean, they did a great job branding it. It's definitely the same branding as the comic book and as the movie.
It's all about the font.
Wow, I cannot open that. I would suggest going from the bottom.
Whoa! You are ripping that thing up.
Who watches The Watchmen? It says right on the inside package.
Oh yeah, the bottom was much easier. By the way, if you haven't read The Watchmen, it's a pretty classic comic. You should probably check it out.
Just wait and see the movie.
Might want to be like George though. Well, okay, but the movie is going to have a different ending. So read the book. It can't hurt, right? Oh.
Huh.
Oh, these twist ties are much easier than the Futurama ones.
So, I got a base. That's strange. My base was not at all attached to the back. Yours is suctioned in.
My base, carded on the back, basically. I like the graffiti style of Who Watches the Watchmen. It's good. It's a fun package that I don't feel bad about throwing away. I'm not getting mine out.
Okay, I see what this is. They give you the option. Oops. Had an option of where you're going to stand your figure on the base. So if you want them to be a little off center, to the left, to the right. That's a neat feature, I mean.
Yay, I got one out.
You could push the peg through the bottom,
Whew.
And it shows up for you to put your figure on. I like that. And now those are all clear. Alright.
So, Ozymandias, there he is. Again, these are based off of the movie characters, not the comic. It's a nice figure. It's got that weird rubbery kind of cape. I think I like cloth capes better, but this is pretty good. This is nice and flexible. It looks good. It doesn't hinder his feet at all. The paint's pretty clean.
This, I mean, as far as the pictures I've seen on commercials and stuff, ow. Wow, she's got sharp heels. Holy crap, that front piece? Be careful when you're doing it.
That is not a toy for children.
You know what's strange? I mean, it's got real good movement in the arms. The arms have a ball socket at the shoulder and just an elbow hinge, kind of like the tattoo I have right here. And then it's got a ball joint neck, and it has all of this other... It looks like it was sculpted with articulation, but it's not there. Look at this. It has like the cuts where articulation goes.
It should be articulated.
And it's got this cut here where articulation goes.
Ooh, it must be cold in here.
I'll tell you, yeah. Something you don't see when you're just looking straight at this figure is she is nipping out something fierce, is what we call it. She's got nipples like there's no tomorrow. Coming through this suit, which is pretty funny. But it's weird because it looks like it was sculpted with articulation and then now it's a solid figure. Look, it's not lined up. It looks like it was turned and then glued into place. Like,
oh, that's bizarre. Whew. I like my action figures easier to open than this. But interesting thing about Ozymandias is also has the ball shoulders, but he's got this piece of armor like mantle on. You can't really, like, it just turns.
yeah.
It's completely hindered by that top piece.
Weird. Again, the base on this one was not
That's how they go.
Was not suctioned down. Just one guy.
Bizarre. No, both of mine were.
Both of your two?
Yeah, Nite Owl and
two out of 4.
Ozymandias.
That's so bizarre.
Moving on, let's check out Nite Owl. Same thing though. This cape doesn't feel as good as Ozymandias' though. This is a little bit stiffer, and it's bent from being stuck through the plastic in the package. So this will need a little bit of heat applied from a hairdryer or other heating device. Bend it back into shape a little bit. Whew.
And then finally we have Rorschach here, who he's kind of sculpted into a pretty heavy pose with his just the way he's got his walking gait and the way his head is turned. So it's kind of strange because you can't really. I mean, he's articulated, but once you move him, he's kind of out of position and looks weird. So there's no point.
Really, he's got one position.
He comes with an extra hand. He comes with 2 fists and one tiny little baby fist. And then for some reason, when he has his open hand that holds his gun, it becomes a giant fist. So I'm not sure how his hand changes size like this, but it was also kind of tough to get out. You might have seen me a second ago using my teeth, but don't do that. That's not smart. But look at the size difference in his hand.
That's kind of bizarre.
It's like, I don't know what happened here.
2 different sculptors?
No, it's probably just they realized his fists were too tiny. What's his little tiny fist going to do to anybody? Weird. It's still cool looking though. I mean, I like the look of this guy. The sculpting is real nice on it. The sculpting is real good on all these actually. Let's look at this.
Careful. The one thing about Nite... Oh no, you can see him. The little crescent moon on his belt actually comes off, obviously. It's like a weapon, accessory, Batman-y kind of belt thing. But it's tiny and it's going to fall out, which is why they rubber banded it on. But then you've got that big stupid rubber band.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just sculpt that onto the belt?
Or just glue it in.
Or glue it in.
The factory.
Just saying. So this is really cool. His belt is really thin PVC, so it feels very almost fabric-y. It's a nice little detail for hanging off the coat.
The sculpting is real nice again on this guy too, where the articulation is nice. It's real well hidden into the figure.
Oh. So Rorschach doesn't actually have legs that you can move. When you look up his jacket, it's just solid, and then they started the leg at the hip. And just put it in.
Yeah.
It's not like a real action figure.
Not an action figure at all.
It's more of an in-action figure, I would call it.
It's good. I like it. I like the sculpting. I like the costumes on these. I'm actually real excited to see the movie. I like the look of these figures. Hopefully the movie makes these guys cool.
Well, I would say a definite must for Watchmen fans. Interesting. I don't know if this would necessarily be something you buy simply as an action figure fan.
If I would say, if I not, obviously I'm not a fan of the book or movie yet because I haven't seen it.
Right.
I would buy the Silk Spectre because it's a good looking hot female figure, and I really, out of the other 3, I would probably buy the Nite Owl.
Really?
Just because he's a cool looking superhero guy.
I thought for sure you'd say Rorschach for his stripy pants.
He's kind of just a guy in a trench coat though. It's kind of dumb. The Nite Owl at least is kind of a superhero.
Silk Spectre really has the most dynamic, well done piece. That's a very bizarre cut. Why would they cut it at the thigh like that? Nobody's leg turns like that.
No, it's really dumb. There's no need. And if you're going to solid up all the rest of the articulation that should have been in there, why bother with that stupid cut there?
I would say in general these got a thumbs up, but not counting that it's the Watchmen, just as an action figure, I'd almost say a thumbs down for the weird articulation and the strange cuts.
On that one or on all of them?
Mostly on Rorschach and Silk Spectre.
Yeah, the other 2 are articulated fine.
These 2 kind of strange. Ozymandias, Nite Owl, pretty nice. And there you have it. That was the Watchmen Series 1 figures. Thanks for taking a toy brief with us. And remember, for more toy goodness, check out toybreak.com. Man, these boots are pointy.
Yeah, they are.
Good lord.